game and shit, so we gonna start this off like this. Free Larry Moon.
Shout out DJ Powder, yeah.
Winning out started, through the OG, ever low, got it started. All about the shit, gotta get a billy done. No little get married, gotta move to serious. And then before the T-bell, so over here, and my face card good. You can wear it on the skit, and I'm feeling more tight like a little young Luther. And salute to the justice, that's a real living legend. I been going came through with that $1 million plan for what a nigga say, yeah, I hold around. The way the holy on Jesus, the Lord, know me close because even if I did the wrong, I ain't never pop a fella. Lord bless my lost days as I learn from my mistakes. Gotta keep the lost sheep in the world that can hit. Gotta practice what I preach, still waters won't deep. Mine on business, lead, all is well with me.
Yo, peace and love. Welcome back to church. Visionary Leaders of Society, with your host, Lord Infinite, aka P100. How everybody doing? Almighty to the body, extended, all that good stuff. But definitely, before we kind of get into the topic today, you know, we always got a scripts or passage, like the quote for the day come from our brother Marcus Garvey. Never forget that intelligence rules the world and ignorance carries the burden. Therefore, remove yourself as far as possible from ignorance and seek as far as possible to be intelligent. And the topic today kind of getting in, striving to be the best of our kind. That's the definition of elite, like the best of our kind. Before we kind of get into that, I'm going to play a little piece of a clip.
Just like I tell these brothers every day, you know, it's nothing wrong with this organization having all these different chapters. But stop bullying yourself. If you know you can't lead a mass of people, why the hell do you want to take these people's life in your hands and lead them down the dog path? You have to have a purpose. You have to have a reason. Where are we going and we're going to follow? What is the plan? What's the idea? What do we attack first in order to better these conditions? Now, if you ain't got a boatload of money somewhere, you can't come to me with that bag. I'm not going back to the penitentiary because you want to get rich. That ain't working. That ain't going to work. So we have to come up with a plan. We talk about these young kids. Put that gun down and pick that book up and give him a direction that he can work with. I guarantee you, he'd rather be on that track than on his way to that penitentiary. I've been out of prison 6 years. 6 years. I haven't had one encounter with the police. For one reason, if you talking that crazy, you ain't gonna get around me. I'm not going for none of that because I know you are not the message that you try to bring. You get in that penitentiary, you're a whole different person. You know, there's nothing that I'm sitting here thinking about you might do. I don't know what you're going to do, but I know one thing you ain't going to do, and you ain't going to sit up with me and put me in a predicament where I'm going back to the penitentiary because you thought you were smart. You know, right now we're working with aldermen, clergymen, and everything in this town in the city of Chicago. Who would think a nigga got out of penitentiary doing 42 years could control the mayor, the alderman, the precinct captain of his community just because he think like they do? I don't think I'm better than you. I don't think you're lesser than me. But I do know one thing. I have experienced something that you haven't experienced. And my experience in it is not for you to try to take me back down. You know, I got a job right now where I give people jobs. I got 200 or 300 people that I give jobs to because a man trusted me, one of the richest developers in Chicago. You bring me to People Rico and I'm going to have it. And some of these people come to the city all the time. And I'm in that field, man, from 4 o'clock in the morning to 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. And I'm 73 years old. I don't ask you to go do nothing. I get up in the morning at 4 o'clock, and by the end of that day, I done did what I have to do. Every day. Because I don't want to see you walking down that street alone. And that's a long road, man. I left the streets in 1970. I lost everything I had. Mother, father, daughter, wife, everything. For them trying to keep up with me on the highway. I went to 39 penitentiaries. And 5 penitentiaries out of the state. And guess what it was all about? Upholding this shit. I come back out here and each other like y'all crazy. And then when somebody do try to bring you some justice, you got these little slick sidewinding brothers talking about who they is and what they is. You know, and everybody they talking about is sending you to the penitentiary. We should have learned enough when we went to the penitentiary. We were supposed to be the toughest guys in the town, but yet still we let these people put us in the penitentiary for 50 years of our life. 50 years of our life. I maxed out on 100 years, man. And not one of my associates, other than the guys you see with me today, came to that penitentiary to aid and assist me. And when I come out here and try to lay something down, you got these slick sidewinders. He just want everybody under his thumb. I don't need you. I don't need you like I need a hole in my head. I got a great big old pretty house, a garage full of cars, everything you want. I don't need you. But I need you to understand. You're running up against a brick wall, man, that's gonna tell you when they lock that door. When they lock that door, ain't gonna be no more Ricos talking to you, coming to the city. You need this, you need that. That's gonna go on. So why have to go through it when we got a chance to stop it and go around? I got a young man that
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Y'all can find. I'm gonna post the full video of that in the comment section on the live right here. But definitely in going like in that same video, the brother Brad, he was breaking down us saying like elite. He was going further into that concept, like the definition there meaning the best of our kind. So it's like I'm just posting that comment.
Y'all can find. I'm finna
Yeah, I just posted a comment in the comment section. So it's like elite, like the best of our kind. So it means that, for example, like we can say like anytime, like what happened, like when you say you the best, like immediately you gonna get challenged. Like you can still look at hip hop, like saying when T.I. came out saying he was the king of the South, or Lil Wayne saying he the greatest rapper alive and all that, you're gonna get challenged, you're gonna come with opposition or someone meaning you to prove by that, prove on that. So, and carrying on what the brother was saying in the video, like if you ain't in your mind knowing, that's why we say like the program you striving to be the best for ourselves, our family, our community, and our nation. if you don't got it in your mind, like where you can feed our people, lead our people, like what's the point of being in leadership? Like just to be a boss, just to be able to boss somebody around, or like what's your goal, what's your agenda, like what it is that you putting out there for the people to follow you. A lot of people want the accolades. I seen another speech from Farrakhan was saying it was like a lot of people want to put on garments and clothes of Elijah Muhammad, but don't want to do the work. Like staying on phone calls or being in people's houses and meeting with people like when stuff going on. Like the whole it's a lot of work that go into helping our people. A lot of our people that don't know or don't even want to be helped. There's a lot of the help. There's a lot of there's a lot of strength, you know what I'm saying, required to do that. So when you're talking about elite, we're talking about the best of our kind. And what like they're breaking down like a person that got leadership skills. Like what is a leader? Like a leader is a person who leads by example. A person who shows a person the way, like a person who's not only in the trenches leading, but also amongst their people. Like you can be distinguished by saying in my front, but that's a leader, one who lean by example. Like I pretty sure a lot of ones have seen the same picture floating around, like with the difference of a boss, and we can look take that in looking in the organization or in that program out of. Like if it's for the people or grassroots type of organization, look at how the people run it. Like they on some ball thing or is it on a leadership thing? Like what's the goal? What's the objective? Is it for our people, like to better out the conditions of our people, or is it something just for selfish gain? Like you got to be conscious of that. You got to know what you getting yourself into. You got to know who it is you following. You gotta know those things, proper checks and balance. But you know what I'm saying? Like lean by example. Even on simple, like we like once you like you gotta have you gotta be involved in the community. Like it ain't no way around it. And I ain't just speaking on my own endeavor, but I'm speaking in a sense like whether you start your own business or a program or something, you're gonna need a platform. You're gonna need people. The people is the community. Like that's your market, that's your platform. So it kind of all relates to the same thing. So it's different conversation of the same thing. So we gotta know how to better talk and deal with people. We gotta know how to better deal with our people. Our people from different backgrounds. They say we products of our environment. Oh, being in the South, like I mean, I'm in the South. A lot of people in the South, like we were subject to a lot of the Jim Crow and slavery, a lot of the things like that. Like growing up, where you might see the culture different in the South than it is in the West, and it is in the North. Man, like with a global mindset, like we gotta understand that. Like when we talking about doing business. I don't know about y'all, like the only way we gonna see really successful and stuff like that, like on the business tip, like we gotta be doing business outside of our environment, outside of our local, outside of our community. So definitely you gotta understand and know how to deal with people and know how to do business and with people and understand what people need different location need and different and when you get into geography and stuff like that. Like you ain't finna be trying to sell a snowboard to somebody in Alaska or something like that. Big boy coat to somebody in Florida, something like that. Like just, you gotta look at all of that. It's all about doing your own research and better serve your people. And that's what it's about. As a leader, you serve your people, you serve your team, you serve your business. Even kind of day and time, like business back in the day, it was different. Okay, you used to see the product or the service long, but after you see the person who created it. But now, so everything's so synonymous with the person. Like when you think about Apple, you think about Steve Jobs, Amazon, Jeff Bezos, so on. Like the person is so attached to the company that if that person do some messed up thing, that company can lose all its stock value the next day. That's how connected this thing on the business. So when we talking about marketing, looking at our image and all that branding it, a lot of that stuff is important. You gotta protect your brand at all costs, cause that's your money. You gotta protect your brand at all costs. That's your money. Somebody messing up your brand, they messing up your money or your ability to be able to make money. That's just like a person. I mean, a good person. Well, you got a shiesty, you got a good business person. Like a person live off his word. Like a good business person, he gonna live by his word. He gonna make sure he trying to make sure everything he do is counted for. Like in a sense, respectable to the point that you able to check that resume over. Like in business world now, like on the tech, you got what you call that comments on the business the BBR, the BBC, I think business bureau type of thing. Like all of that affect you like what people say. Like they can carry over into it. So you gotta make sure your fade clean, your fade card good when we talking about nation building. And we get into elite, like we got to be the best of our kind. Like whatever you doing, like whether you doing music, whether you doing you in the arts, you in the entertainment, you in doctor, you a lawyer, or whatever you doing, like you got to do it to the best of your abilities. You got to be the best at what you do. Got to continue to strive for the elite. You know what I'm saying? Like leaders are made. Like you gotta, in a sense, it ain't no position that can just be given to you, like, cause a lot of people ain't ready for that. Yeah, peace and love, peace and love. But yeah, you ain't gotta eventually you ain't gotta be definitely into that. Like, cause I forgot I just threw my comment. But peace and love, bro. You say about definitely about merch. But to be honest, like I mean, it ain't so much about the merch. Even though we do have merch and stuff like that, it ain't even just our program. We got different lords and different brothers and sisters in the body that have created their own line. And we try to share a lot of the merch on our page so you just follow the link to the program and brother, like at the end of the day, like I mean, it ain't so much emphasis on the merch. You know what I'm saying? You buy like it ain't no gun to your head. Like you gotta buy merchandise to support the cause. Like support the cause by being active in your community. Each one teach one. Support the cause by teaching somebody else that don't know nobody. Becoming a mentor to somebody or something like that. You know what I mean? We definitely support. Like we definitely how to put it, appreciate the support and stuff like that of the merchandise that one do purchase like from us and stuff like that. But again, like it's more so about the knowledge for us. Like it's more so about the teaching. Like definitely hoping it can be benefit to the body, benefit to anybody. It ain't no sense of keeping it, you know what I'm saying, keeping the knowledge within when it can be shared. But in closing, we gotta continue to be elites, be the best of our kind. And I leave it as that. I come as I am, all my